Think about this for a second. Right now, an eagle could be a kilometer above you and still see the veins on the back of your hand. Meanwhile, you might be struggling to read a sign across the street. It's just a different level. An eagle can spot a mouse hiding in the grass from the top of a mountain. You and that eagle are looking at the exact same world, but the world it sees is brutally sharp, insanely detailed, and completely beyond what your eyes and your brain can even begin to process. So, take a look at this. On the left, that's what we see. It's pretty, right? Now look at the right. That's what an eagle actually sees. By the end of this explainer, you're going to understand the science behind this superpower. And trust me, once you do, you will never think about good eyesight the same way again. Okay, let's dive in. You know, most of us just assume animals see the world like we do, maybe a little blurrier or in black and white. Nope, they don't. And here's the thing most people don't realize. An eagle's eyes are literally built differently. They have different focal points, different light receptors, and their brain is wired to dedicate a massive amount of processing power just to vision. Honestly, the phrase eagle-eyed doesn't even come close. In this explainer, we're going to break down their visual hardware. We're going to cover how their eyes are physically different, the extra colors they see that you literally can't, and how their brains process all of it with just terrifying efficiency.
And once you see the world through their eyes, their legendary hunting skills are going to make perfect, ruthless sense.
So here's where it gets mind-bending. You could be standing in a beautiful valley, looking right at a hillside and see, well, nothing, just trees and grass. An eagle flying hundreds of meters above that same hillside sees a moving dot, a rabbit. And not just as a dot, it sees its outline, its movement, even its posture. A human, we'd need to get way closer, maybe use binoculars, squint. For an eagle, it's already locked on.
Seriously, if you could just swap eyes with an eagle for 5 seconds, your brain would be completely overwhelmed. The sheer number of details, the insane clarity, the range, it would feel like you were suddenly plugged into an 8K zoom camera with built-in motion tracking. This isn't just good eyesight, it's a fundamentally different way of seeing the world. So let's get into the science of how they do it.
Okay, let's start with the basics. Why is their vision so different? Well, because their eyes aren't just better versions of ours. They're fundamentally upgraded hardware. First off, just look at the size and placement. An eagle's eyes are huge compared to its head. To put that in perspective, if your eyes were proportionally as big, each one would be about the size of a tennis ball. Their entire skull is basically a flying camera mount.
Second, a little piece of anatomy called the fovea. You have one fovea in each eye. That's the tiny spot in your retina that gives you your sharpest, most detailed central vision. While eagles, they have 2 foveae in each eye. One for seeing straight ahead and another one for scanning the ground at an angle while they're flying. This means they can track what's directly in front of them and what's far below them at the exact same time.
Third, let's talk about the retina. Think of it like the sensor in a camera. Your retina has cone cells for color and detail. Eagles just pack way more cones into their fovea than you do. Your fovea might have around 200,000 cones per square millimeter, and eagles can have over 1 million. That's like switching from a standard definition TV to an ultra high definition one.
And fourth, the actual shape of the eye itself. An eagle's eye is more tubular and elongated, not spherical like ours. And that shape acts like a built-in telephoto lens, magnifying the image that hits the retina. So where our eyes are built to be versatile, theirs are built for one thing: zoom. The result? Eagles are literally flying telescopes.
Now let's put some numbers to this because it's pretty wild. You know 20/20 vision? That's what we consider normal for humans. Well, an eagle's vision has been estimated at around 24. So what does that actually mean? It means that something you can only read clearly from 4 feet away, an eagle can read with perfect clarity from 20 feet away. At a distance where you just see a blur, the eagle sees perfect detail.
Then there's their field of view. We have about 180 degrees of vision, with a pretty small area of sharp focus right in the middle. Eagles, they've got around 270 degrees of vision. They're seeing a huge slice of the world all at once, while still having that razor-sharp central focus.
But this is where it gets into true sci-fi territory: the color spectrum. You see the world in red, green, and blue thanks to 3 types of cone cells. Eagles are what we call tetrachromats. They have 4 types of cones. That 4th cone lets them see into the ultraviolet spectrum, adding an entirely new dimension to their color experience. We're talking about extra data channels your brain doesn't even have the wiring for.
So what does seeing in UV actually look like? Well, imagine a meadow. To you, it's just green grass, brown dirt, blue sky. To an eagle, that same meadow is a layered information map. They see all the colors you see, but with way more contrast. And on top of that, they see ultraviolet patterns that are completely invisible to you.
So what's the point? Well, things like rodent urine and trails happen to reflect ultraviolet light. So while you just see normal grass, an eagle might see faint glowing paths, like highlighted routes showing exactly where prey has been moving. And the feathers of other birds? They also have UV reflective patterns. That bird that looks plain to you might be covered in bright UV markings that tell an eagle its species, its sex, and even how healthy it is.
Okay, let's talk about motion. Our eyes are pretty good at tracking things, but we get easily overwhelmed by visual chaos. Wind in the grass, branches swaying everywhere. An eagle's brain is built to find the meaningful signal inside all of that noise. To them, the wind is just noise. The signal? That one tiny, irregular movement of a mouse darting through the blades. Their brain can isolate that one motion in a sea of patterns.
And this is where it just gets insane. The dive. An eagle can spot prey from hundreds of meters up, lock on, and then dive at over 150 kilometers an hour. During a dive like that, your vision would just blur. You'd completely lose the target. But an eagle's vision doesn't. They keep that prey perfectly centered in that tiny, hyper-detailed zone of their vision, adjusting in real time all the way down.
Eagles are daytime hunters, so they're optimized for bright light. That famous angry eagle look? That's actually a bony brow ridge that acts like a built-in sun visor, cutting down on glare. So while you're squinting on a bright sunny day, an eagle is comfortably scanning an entire landscape with zero squint and full detail. Okay, let's bring this into the real world. Imagine you're hiking along a ridge, looking out over a valley. It's beautiful. At the same time, an eagle is gliding above you. From its perspective, that same valley is just pulsing with information. Tiny movements, UV trails, subtle patterns in the grass. You're sightseeing. The eagle is running a real-time hunting algorithm on the landscape. And seeing is one thing, but what the brain actually pays attention to is something else entirely. Humans tend to focus on big shapes, buildings, faces, the horizon. An eagle's brain has a totally different priority list. Its attention snaps to tiny movements, to contrasting edges, and to patterns that signal prey. An eagle doesn't care about the view. It cares about opportunities. Now, eagles have forward-facing eyes like we do, which gives them binocular vision for depth perception. But their system is tuned differently. They have a relatively narrow zone where both eyes overlap, but within that zone, their depth perception is razor sharp. Think of it as their targeting window. When an eagle lines up a dive, it deliberately brings its target into that sweet spot. That's its hunting reticle. Oh, and they have special features too, little built-in accessories. Remember that fourth cone for UV vision? Well, they also have something called a nictitating membrane. It's a translucent third eyelid that can slide across the eye. During a high-speed dive, this membrane acts like a pair of built-in goggles, protecting the eye from dust and air pressure while still allowing the eagle to see. So now that you understand what they can see, their behavior starts to make so much more sense. When you see an eagle just sitting on a high perch for a long time, it's not bored, it's in its command center. It's monitoring a huge area, tracking dozens of tiny movements, and just waiting for the perfect moment. And what about when they're circling way up high in those lazy loops? Well, it's not laziness at all. It's strategic scanning. They're using thermals, which are rising columns of warm air, to stay up there with minimal effort while they slowly turn their ultra-high-resolution camera over the ground below. So how can you use this? Well, if you're a bird watcher, get to a high vantage point. Eagles love height because it makes their vision incredibly powerful. And never assume too far means they can't see it. If you can see it with binoculars, they can probably see it with their naked eye. And if you see an eagle suddenly change direction, that's almost certainly a response to a tiny visual signal that you completely missed. So here's the crucial takeaway from all of this. You and an eagle are not sharing the same visual reality. You see a nice view. An eagle sees targets, patterns, and information at a scale and resolution you will literally never experience. You're both standing in the same world, but you are not perceiving the same world. And once you really get that, the word eagle-eyed stops feeling like a compliment and starts feeling like an incredible understatement. You're not just looking at a big bird. You're looking at a precision-engineered, high-speed, long-range vision system that happens to have wings. You've got to respect that. Because from its point of view,
You are just one more moving piece in a massive, hyper-detailed picture.
So the next time you see an eagle circling high above, just remember, it's not just gliding, it's scanning. It's not just looking around, it's reading a world of detail that we can't even imagine. Eagles aren't magical, they're just using a visual system that is brutally efficient, beautifully designed, and perfectly, ruthlessly specialized for what they do.
Okay, I have to ask you, drop a comment below. What's the one thing about eagle vision that just blew your mind the most? Was it the sheer distance they can see, the fact they can see in ultraviolet, or their ability to track tiny movements from ridiculous heights? Let me know below, and if this changed how you see these incredible birds, hit that subscribe button. We're going even deeper into animal perception in our next explainers. Thanks for watching.